Hi, this is just a farm girl talking, and I've had some questions on what can I do. We're having a party, and I want to do some ornaments or something real quick and with my friends. So I wanted to go through this. This is one idea that I have. This is one set of transfers, so you get it on one big sheet and you cut them apart. I'm going to use our chalkable chips. So this is also available from Chalk Couture. Chalk Couture is a high-end do-it-yourself DIY company, and we have chalk pastes and these chalk transfers. So I'm going to grab one of the transfers. First thing I do is I mark them on the front and the back so I know which backing this goes to and which side I don't want to put my transfer back on, because these are reusable, and you want to put the transfers back on the shiny side of the backing. So I mark the wrong side of the backing. You can see that they're screen prints and they are sticky. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to grab our fuzzing cloth, and you can use any towel or just use your shirt. But what we're going to do is put some of the fibers from the towel onto the back of the transfer to make it so it's not quite so sticky, and it will come off without ruining the transfer once we get the chalk on. I'm going to lay it down, try to center it, and you can reposition it if you don't like the position that it's in. Just make sure that there are no air bubbles in there. I'm going to grab a squeegee. I like these mini squeegees for a project like this. I have two colors here. I'm going to do two different samples for you. I'm going to use our fig, which is one of our newer colors. You can also see that these are double-sided, so you can do both sides. You just need to wait or take a hairdryer and dry the chalk before you flip it over. But instead of ornaments, you can also do one side and put a magnet on the back so that they can go onto the refrigerator. Our chalk pastes need to be the consistency of a sour cream, and if they aren't, then just put a little distilled water in there and stir it. Need a little more than that. Any chalk paste that I don't use will go right back in my jar. You can see I have very little chalk on top of the transfer. It's all gone through the transfer. You want to work fairly fast. You don't want the chalk to dry in your transfer. I'm going to start at a corner but move to the center and pull straight down. And hold it while I'm doing this. And voila! That is the magic. I also have, you'll want to have a water bath waiting, and put these in there so you can clean them later. I always put them chalk side down, sticky side up, so that they will not stick together when you put your transfers in there. I'm going to do a second one with our curry. Now our curry is a paste that is available this fall winter 2019 catalog. I'm going to do what my friend calls a Band-Aid roll. Sometimes it's hard to get this off, but use a Band-Aid roll. It works every time. She was an ex-nurse. You just run your finger across to the side, and of course it's not going to do it first time for me, along the top of a corner, and it picks up your transfer. Again, I'm going to fuzz it off to the side here. Center it and get my curry. When this dries, it just makes a wonderful gold, a Christmas gold color. I love this. Again, just put the excess back into the jar. And I want to show you again, I have very little, if none, chalk on the top. I'm going to pull it. There you go. Now I've done something in these same colors that you can see the curry dries to a nice gold color. And here is the fig that I had done there. Now once these are dry, I'll grab one of these other ones. It's not going to go anywhere unless you get it wet and with a dry wet cloth, wipe it up and you can dry it. So if there's any errant mistakes, you can always clean them up right away. Or if you want to reuse this chalk later. But what I would suggest if you're going to do this as a project at a party, a holiday party, is get a clear sealant and spray these so that the chalk won't go anywhere, so that it's going to stay there. And what I've done is I have taken it's called a crocodile, and it's actually it's a big hole punch for scrapbooking. And it's made by, the one I use is We Are Memory Keepers. And it will actually poke a hole right into our chockable chips. And so you could hang something off of that. Another idea I thought of was to just take some silk ribbon. And this is just the 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. I tied it off. You could, if you do both sides, you could glue this on to one side and then even add a bow to it and then hang it, and you'd have both sides showing. And again, another idea is to just put a magnet on the back of here and use them as refrigerator magnets. So that's just a couple ideas I had that you could use using our chockable chips, our chalk paste, and our transfers. Now, one thing that we could do is, if you didn't want to, you just pick one color or a couple colors. Let me know, and I could give you get you a set of my sample pastes. Now, I actually prefer to use them out of the jar because I can put the jar back on and continue using them. These you would have to make sure that you first knead them, and then seal this if you have any left over. Just because it's for me ease, I prefer using the jar. It's going to last you a lot longer too. So you could just pick one color and have everyone do a project with that one color. You have the choice of getting a small squeegee, or we have sets of 12 with the mini squeegee. I use the mini squeegee, but if you're going to use just one color, the small squeegee is more than enough. So anyway, there's a great gift ideas and little fun party project ideas. If you have any questions, just let me know. Again, I am Just a Farm Girl Chalkin', and I have the YouTube page, a Instagram page, and a Facebook page, all under that same name. Please contact me if you have any questions. Happy holidays!